Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading the Scaramouche Successor about me. So let's get into it. It was your second month of dating Scaramouche, and things were getting a little bit exciting. During your first month, he would blush at a cheek kiss, and it was honestly adorable. But it meant that many things that you had wanted were off limits to you. And honestly, it was kind of disappointing at times. But nobody cared about the past. What mattered right now was that the two of you were getting more comfortable with each other, which meant there were more opportunities to be a little bit more adventurous. And it was not only you who was that excited for them. Nope. Scaramouche, albeit he liked to hide it from you, was excited too. He was your lover after all. It was only natural. He just got a little bit embarrassed and shy. But once it was past that, everything fell in naturally. So when the two of you were going out and there was this party, it's just getting a little bit boring. Scaramouche was never interested in parties, and honestly, you weren't having fun when he wasn't having fun. It was all really loud and crowded, so many lights and chatter. It felt like you were being slowly suffocated, so it was not really that pleasant at all. No wonder you really disliked it there. Most people were busy dancing, talking, and it felt like there was too much going on for the two of you to bear. At this point, you were tired, and you were not alone in that feeling. You were extremely exhausted from what was going on, and Scaramouche felt the same as you. So, what happened next was that he took your hand and got up with you. Scara, where are we going? The party's not over yet. We can't just leave like that. We're not leaving, he mumbles, and that shuts you up. And you continue following him, wanting to know exactly where he's getting at. Maybe he wants to take a break. Maybe he wants to show you something. And it was a little bit of both, but not exactly in the way that you imagined that. Because the next thing you know, he's taking you to a closet. Is something going on that I should know? You say, tilting your head. In pure and utter confusion. You were really not understanding what was going on. You wanted to know, but it felt like things were getting a little bit too complicated. And maybe you were overthinking this. But then, he just looks at you, incredulous. Just go in there. What's so hard to understand? You want me and you to go into that closet? In a party? Why? Do you want to hide from the noise? We could go to a balcony, you say, but he stops you, taking you by the hand and dragging you inside, closing it and locking the door. You blush brightly, feeling your heart beat faster and faster. You don't know what's going on in his mind, and though there are some dirty thoughts in your mind, you are sure that he was not sharing them. So it felt like you were just going to lose it at this point. But then, the next thing that you know, he grabs you so gently, one arm going around your waist, bringing you closer, and his hand cups your cheek, making you go completely speechless. Scaramouche, you know, I. We could do this anywhere else. You say shyly, feeling too nervous to do something like this. But then, he just shakes his head. Nobody's going to notice anyway, and I'm bored. Come on. He wasn't usually like this. And if you pass this up, it would take a while for him to actually have the confidence. Not to mention, you were kind of excited as well. This would never happen any other day. So might as well just make use of the opportunity that you had got. And someone who leaned in, you found yourself melting into it, desperate and needy in the same way that he was. And soon, he was deep in the kiss. Your cheeks were flushed, and so were his. And he pulled you closer and closer, your bodies feeling like they were molded into each other. Skara, you say, breathe less, and he pulls away, looking into your eyes. You can see the hazy look in his own, the way they were so clouded with love and desire, the way he wanted nothing more in the world than to hold you and love you in every possible way that he could. And you felt speechless again. Any word that you were trying to conjure, and any thought in your mind, completely gone and wiped away. So that's when he continued to kiss you again, leaning in once more, his arms wrapping around you tighter and tighter, and your hands tangling in his hair. Soon enough, it felt like you were losing track of time and completely forgetting that you were in the closet of someone else's house, making out in the middle of a party, until someone came and knocked, asking why it was closed. The two of you were immediately startled, and Scaramouche put a hand over your mouth, keeping it shut, until some time had passed, and the person just gave up and walked away. You know, I wouldn't mind going to each party if we do this every time. That's all he said, before unlocking the door and heading right out, leaving you stunned for a little bit in there, trying to process what just happened. But soon, you went over to him again, holding his hand, and thankfully, no one seemed to notice. And if anyone did, no one was bold enough to point it out. And you were more than relieved for that. He didn't want anyone pointing that out. It would be rather scandalous, and would probably put an end to Scaramouche doing that again anywhere. He gets a little embarrassed. Just because he gets bold one time doesn't mean he's always that way. But you will give him some credit, because today, he truly managed to surprise you. It was like your heart was going to jump right out of your chest at one point, and you were never more glad to feel that feeling. The excitement and the absolute love between the two of you was something that no one could ever deny. And you were happy that you were going to keep that, always, and it was going to continue to grow.